Before we begin, I'd like to remind you that we have amazing ebooks available. If you want to deepen your knowledge of astrology and personal development, check out the links in the video description. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel Astrology and Fixed Stars, where we explore the mysteries of the universe and how they influence our lives. Have you ever wondered if your destiny is written in the stars, not just for you, but for your entire family? That's the question guiding us today. We're not just talking about your individual birth chart, but something much bigger, something that involves the legacy you carry. The stars that shone in the sky at the moment you were born don't just influence your path. They can also echo stories, challenges, and gifts inherited from your parents, grandparents, and even previous generations. Today, we're going to explore these connections and understand how the stars can reveal karmic and psychological patterns passed down from generation to generation. Think of your birth chart as a cosmic fingerprint, unique and exclusively yours. Now imagine that this fingerprint not only reflects who you are, but also carries traits, patterns, and stories from your family lineage. The concept of astrological DNA is precisely this idea, that the stars influence not just you, but that there is a cosmic continuity between you and your ancestors. By analyzing the natal charts of family generations, we can uncover deep patterns that repeat and transform over time, influencing the lives of each family member. Why is this important? Because these patterns may hold the keys to your self-awareness and to healing traumas you may not even know you carry. Knowing that certain challenges you face didn't start with you but were inherited can be liberating. It gives you the power to break cycles, heal ancestral wounds, and write a new chapter for yourself and future generations. Understanding astrological DNA is not just a curiosity, it's a powerful tool for personal and spiritual growth. So if you want to understand how your family's birth charts can reveal hidden secrets and karmic patterns, stay with me until the end of this video. We're going to dive deep into revealing analyses, fascinating case studies, and of course practical tips for you to start exploring the astrological DNA of your own lineage. Get ready to discover the power of the stars on a whole new level. When we talk about astrology, we often think of our natal chart as something individual, unique, and unrepeatable. But what if I told you that there are astrological codes that cross generations, repeating or transforming as time passes? This concept of astrological DNA shows us that the natal charts of people within the same family can share similar aspects or reflect common themes. These themes are like cosmic inheritances, passed down from generation to generation. Imagine that each planetary position, each aspect in your chart, carries a story that may have begun long before you were born. These astrological codes can be identified in patterns that repeat in the charts of your parents, grandparents, and even more distant generations. They can manifest as innate talents, recurring challenges, or even as a life mission that needs to be fulfilled. Understanding these codes is like deciphering the spiritual legacy of your family. When we look at karmic patterns, we are talking about lessons that the soul brings from past lives, but which can also be shared within a family. An example of this is the repetition of challenging aspects like squares or oppositions involving Saturn or Pluto. These planets often indicate karmic cycles of responsibility, power, transformation, and rebirth. On the psychological side, the Moon and Venus, for example, can reveal emotional patterns that are transmitted, such as ways of dealing with affection, love, and care. The fourth house, related to home and family roots, can show how emotions and traditions are perpetuated. A common pattern is to find the moon in similar signs or correlated houses in the charts of different family members, indicating an emotional continuity that spans generations. These patterns are not just challenges, they also offer solutions. By identifying positive patterns, such as trines or sextiles between important planets, you can discover inherited abilities that help overcome obstacles. The key is to recognize both the challenges and the gifts that come with them. History gives us many examples of families that seem to carry an astrological legacy. Think of the Habsburg dynasty, where astrology reveals aspects that repeat over several generations, marking European history. These repetitions can show how power, conflict, and diplomacy manifested similarly among members of the same lineage. Another example is the Kennedy family, where themes of power, tragedy, and transformation are evident. When analyzing the natal charts of John F. Kennedy and his siblings, we see astrological patterns that reflect the influence of power and the trials each of them faced. Studying these families helps us understand how astrological DNA manifests on personal and collective levels. These examples show that astrological DNA is not just a curiosity, but a reality that can be observed in various families throughout history. Understanding these patterns gives us deeper insight into who we are and where we come from, allowing us to break negative cycles or strengthen positive legacies. When comparing the natal charts of family members, what we are really looking for are patterns, repeated themes, and connections that can reveal the astrological DNA of that lineage. To do this, we use a methodology that involves several crucial steps. First, it is essential to have accurate birth information for all family members involved in the analysis. Exact birth dates, times, and locations are indispensable to ensure the charts are calculated correctly. Next, we overlay the natal charts, meaning placing them side by side or literally superimposing them to directly observe repeating aspects or interactions between the charts. This helps us quickly identify patterns and connections. The third step involves identifying astrological patterns. Here we look for similar aspects, such as conjunctions, trines, or oppositions that repeat between the charts. We also observe how certain planets are positioned in similar houses, which can indicate a recurring family theme. Finally, we interpret these patterns in light of family experiences and history. This not only reveals how these astrological influences operate, but also offers insights on how individuals can deal with their cosmic inheritances. The Lord of Karma is one of the most important planets when we talk about karmic patterns. It represents responsibility, restriction, and the difficult lessons that need to be learned. In the family context, if Saturn forms similar aspects in the charts of several family members, this may indicate shared karma, such as the need to overcome challenges related to authority, structure, or discipline. The moon is the planet of emotions, home, and family roots. When we observe the moon in family charts, we are looking for repeating emotional patterns, such as ways of dealing with care, nurturing, or unconscious memories. The house where the moon is positioned or the aspects it forms can reveal how emotions are transmitted from generation to generation. The cosmic legacy, fixed stars, less talked about in popular astrology but extremely powerful, represent influences beyond the traditional planets. They are seen as bearers of a cosmic legacy, profoundly influencing life and destiny. If an important fixed star like Regulus or Spica appears in the charts of several family members, it may indicate a powerful ancestral theme, such as nobility, fame, or significant challenges. To illustrate how this analysis works in practice, let's consider a fictitious example. Imagine a family where the grandfather, father, and son share a conjunction of Saturn with the moon in their natal charts. The grandfather, born under a conjunction of Saturn and the moon in the fourth house, experienced a difficult childhood, with a lot of responsibility from a young age. He had to support his family, which created a pattern of restricted emotionality and a rigid approach to family life. The father, in turn, has this same conjunction, but now in the 10th house. He grew up feeling the pressure to achieve success and public recognition, likely due to his father's influence. This aspect led him to be extremely disciplined but emotionally distant from his own children. Finally, the son inherits the conjunction of Saturn and the moon, this time in the first house. This manifests as an identity shaped by responsibility and a tendency to carry the weight of family expectations on his shoulders from a very young age. This example shows how a karmic pattern can perpetuate, but also how awareness of this pattern can help transform it. By recognizing this cosmic inheritance, the son can work to break the cycle, balancing responsibility with emotional care, and thus create a new legacy for future generations. One of the most fascinating aspects of astrological DNA is how certain events or behaviors seem to repeat from generation to generation. These cycles of repetition are not mere coincidences. They are signs of deeply rooted karmic and emotional patterns that perpetuate over time. Astrologically, these cycles can be identified through recurring aspects in the natal charts of different family members. For instance, if we see a square between Mars and Saturn in the grandfather's chart, and the same square appears in the father's or grandson's chart, we might be witnessing a pattern of conflict and resistance that spans generations. These cycles often follow specific timelines, such as the Saturn return, which occurs approximately every 29 years, marking periods of testing and maturation. If we observe that significant events in the lives of family members occur around these returns, this may indicate the presence of family karma that needs to be resolved. Fixed stars play a crucial role in the perpetuation of ancestral themes. Unlike planets, which move and change position quickly, fixed stars remain almost static in their positions in the zodiac. This makes their influences felt continuously across generations. For example, if a fixed star like Antares, known for its association with power and conflict, is prominent in the great-grandfather's chart, and we see this same star near the ascendant or sun in the charts of descendants, we can interpret this as a theme of power struggle or intense transformation passed down through the lineage. These stars often indicate themes that are deeper and more enduring than transiting planets. They represent the cosmic inheritance that each generation receives, and while the way these themes are lived out may vary, their essence remains. The first step in breaking negative cycles is awareness. By identifying these repetitive patterns and their astrological origins, we can begin to understand why certain challenges and behaviors keep emerging in our lives and those of our family members. With this awareness, we can work to interrupt these cycles. If, for example, we identify a pattern of emotional isolation associated with the Moon and Saturn in different family charts, we can consciously choose to nurture more open and loving relationships, breaking this cycle. Ultimately, the goal of studying astrological DNA is to transform what may seem like a curse into a blessing. By recognizing and healing these patterns, you not only improve your own life, but also clear the path for future generations to live with more freedom and fulfillment. In this video, we explored the fascinating concept of astrological DNA and how it can reveal karmic and psychological patterns transmitted from generation to generation. From comparative analysis of natal charts to identifying repetitive cycles and applying advanced tools, we've seen how understanding these family dynamics can be transformative. Understanding your astrological DNA is not just a way to explore the past, but also a powerful tool for shaping the future. By identifying patterns and working to heal these themes, you can unlock your lineage's potential and create a more conscious and harmonious path for yourself and your family. If you found this video useful and inspiring, don't forget to share it with friends and family who might also benefit from this knowledge. Who knows how many lives could be transformed just by understanding these astrological patterns? I'd love to hear about your experiences. Leave a comment below sharing what you've noticed about patterns in your family or what you've discovered through astrological analysis. If you enjoyed this video and want to receive more content about astrology, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Send us an email at ancestralstar138@gmail.com to request your personalized birth chart. We are excited to uncover the mysteries of your personal universe. Remember, astrology is a powerful tool for self-knowledge that helps us better understand who we are and our purpose in the world. Thank you for watching until the end. Your presence and support mean so much to us.